And welcome everyone. So glad we could be with you. So glad you could be with us. This is going to be an entirely new, different situation we got going on here. First off, before we get into anything, we got the AC cranking here and the fans running there. So I'm sorry about the background fan noise, but we're going to try and talk over them because I know I checked it. I did a test, and then you can hear the fans. It's kind of loud. So hopefully you can all hear over top and there's no issues with the sound. But we got some fun stuff to talk about. I told you we got some projects in the mix, and I wanted to make sure everything was lined up before we let out the cat out of the bag. So dun 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 dun. So I got somebody new here, and we got Mission Impossible about ready to hit our doorstep. So first off, I want to introduce
Steven.
Many of you may have seen his little YouTube handle. It was rock solid. He had been commenting and been on the videos for quite a long time. And, I've told you all, I've got a little elbow room, and there's several individuals who've looked to come out here. And, this gentleman right here took a leap of faith and said, I want to do this. So before we get into Mission Impossible, because I think a lot of you are just going to go, wow, when you hear about what we're about ready to do, but let's talk to Steven for a little bit and let you get to know Steven. So Steven, where are you from?
I'm from Las Vegas.
From Las Vegas, and you just got out here.
Yes.
What do you think?
Wow. It's hot.
It's hot, but it's hot in Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hot in Vegas, but this is like...
this is humid. Very humid.
Heat,
Yeah. But what do you think? I mean, Steven was in a situation where he didn't have to drive where he was living at because everything was walking distance.
Yes.
Walking distance. So he didn't have a car and hasn't driven in how long? You told me how long?
About 18 years. I haven't driven in 18 years. 18
years, and then, you saw what was coming, or what's been going on, and with this beer bug thing. Tell me about some of the stuff you were dealing with.
I felt like I was under lockdown where I was living. My landlord, he had like all these weird... He had all these weird types of rules that I had to follow, and if I didn't follow one of them, I felt like I was like under pressure to do all these silly things, with the masks and the gloves and stuff, and I was under fear of being kicked out of where I was living if I didn't follow those rules. Yeah,
and you said some of the folks that you were working with, and some of the people that you had roommates, was it?
I had roommates in certain situations.
Yeah. But, all of that was getting crazy is what you were saying. You were telling me it was getting crazy.
Yes.
So, you're like, I've had enough of this.
Yes.
And you've been watching my channel for a while. How long have you been watching my channel?
I'd say about maybe 2 years. 2
years. He's been along for the ride as long as a bunch of you have. So you saw everything that went down out here.
Yes.
And you got a wild hair up the backside and decided you wanted to do this mess too?
Yes.
You do, yeah. But what was it about my videos that made you want to get crazy and go out in the woods like this?
Well, I've always wanted to have my own, my own piece of land, live out and not have to deal with a lot of the bullshit.
Yeah.
And to do it on my own, I've been thinking about, quite a few years trying to do it on my own, but I thought being with somebody that already experienced it, went through it already, and I said, she can show me, when I have a tough question,
yeah,
she could guide me through it and help me get where I want to be.
Yeah, and we got like I said, we got a Mission Impossible that we're going to be doing here pretty quick, and so we've come into, we've been talking, so for the last couple of days, we've been getting to know each other, and he got here on Saturday, and today's Sunday, so we've had 2 days together. But we've done some talking before.
Yes.
And we've walked around, kind of gotten a feel of each other. Now he knows me a lot better than I know him, but guys, I think I found me a pretty good guy here in his attitude, because here's the thing. Stephen doesn't know a lot of the stuff that has to be done out here, but he's got one of the best attitudes I've heard, because everything I say, he's like, yeah, I want to learn, and now I've got to learn him and his abilities and stuff. So we got a lot of process of getting to know each other that we got to do, but he's got a damn good attitude about this is it, because I keep asking him, are you sure? Are you sure? We got to do this. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be hard. We got all this, bugs and insects and coyotes and you got to, there's a lot of stuff to do. And I said, are you sure? Are you ready? And you said
yes.
Yes. You said yes. So I wanted to introduce everybody to Stephen, because now he is going to be in the area, and it was my desire to share this and share his journey with you, because I've talked to a bunch of you, and there's so many of you that have expressed the idea that, hey, I'd like to do that, but there's just so much change involved, and there's a lot of change, isn't there?
Yes.
A lot of huge change. And what we're going to do is, so here's the mission. The mission is this. He has a budget, and we may go into some of that budget and explain some of the stuff that we're going to do, but he has a budget. And because he has saved up his jingle and he has a budget, he has enough to set himself up with the basics. And in a very short period of time, we're going to do for him a lot of what you saw me and T do out here on the homestead in an even shorter period of time. Much shorter period of time if we can. We're going to try and really jam-pack this. So we looked at what he can do. We're looking at the systems, and we want to be able to give him a roof over his head, a small cabin, very similar to the size and scale of what we see in a lot of those tiny houses that we do have seen on Bryce Langton's channel, Living Big in a Tiny House, but maybe actually a little bit more room. I mean, almost double the space, because we're talking about a 12 by 16 versus something smaller that you've seen, and be able to put into it water, rainwater collection like we have, a solar system for power, have it insulated, and have a running shower and all the things that you would normally want in a small home, but on a very small scale. And then the rest of it is going to be a long learning process of the gardening.
Yes.
You got a lot to learn out there, and the homesteading thing. And the whole idea, again, is community. And so it's a big challenge.
There's a lot coming.
A lot of change coming. We're going to see if we're going to see how fast we can do this. We're thinking, all right, folks, dig this. We're thinking we can take a raw piece of land with the trees, clear it, or at least enough for the cabin, a little bit more, clear it, and get the shell up and some of the systems in place within 30 days. 30 days. What do you think? Is that mission impossible or what? You remember when T and I did this, it was about 90 days. 90 days from the time I started dropping trees to till about the time we were able to move out here. 90 days. We're going to try and do it for him in about 30. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to clear out an area that large, so because he doesn't have the chickens. He's going to help us with learning how to grow the chickens and raising feed and a lot of that. You're gonna learn all that first, and we're gonna take our time clearing his place. But you get to see this. We got a little plan for how we're gonna build the cabin. Pretty tight little budget in order to get it all done, and it's gonna be fun, I think. I've been watching Steven, and the last 2 days, even while I haven't done any videos, I've had the opportunity to talk to him, and I've had to build a couple more of my long hives. And doing the long hive builds, I was surprised. He already has an attitude that, hey, let me help, let me hold. He's trying to get in and get onto it because he's got that kind of I want to be a part of it attitude and mentality, and I love that. That's spectacular. But anyway, folks, we got Mission Impossible coming, and I think this is going to be even more fun than when T and I built this little cabin, because we're going to try and jam-pack this thing in pretty darn quick. I don't know. Place your bets. Leave them in the comments. You think we can do it? 30 days? 30 days? 5 weeks maybe? I don't know. How long until we can get him under a roof?
Yeah.
Y'all want to lay your bets in the comments.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all we got for now. I've actually we got to get this short video because I've got to get back out. We got to finish those hives because I've got bees to deliver. I've got a lot of stuff that's going on. But don't forget everyone, keep sending in those garden photos. I keep getting them, and I'm gonna keep doing the videos. I want to see how all your gardens are progressing, and wish him luck. Wish me luck. He's got a small budget, but I think we can do it. And like I said, we'll go over all of that in our dun 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 dun. We'll catch you all later. Bye bye. Take care.